All right, guys, let's continue on TITANX to see if this protocol is a Ponzi scheme, or is it designed for the developers or for whales, or can small fish get in, put a little money in, and actually be able to walk away with a nice return on investment. Let's get into some of the details of it now and consider for ourselves. Let's jump into it. All right, guys, we are going to continue delving into the TITANX protocol. In another video, I'm going to actually go through the process of buying it, getting into the protocol, and testing it out for myself so I can kind of delve in a little bit deeper. But I do want to give a shout out to DeFi Gardener and Philip. Philip wanted me to kind of demonstrate some things in these farms, which I'm going to do because I do find interest in this particular project, and I'm going to explain in this video why. But still, shout out to DeFi Gardener, who is typically like I am. It's like everything in DeFi is a scam pretty much, and we should stay away. So he says, bro, all they are doing is trying to sucker people into pumping the TITANX price in order to cash out early miners at a higher price. All these little protocols they came out with are used to burn TITANX, a huge Ponzi. Shockingly, Ray is putting out videos on it. Wonder why. And DeFi Gardener has some great points here. Great points. I do understand that they are creating other protocols to burn the TITANX token, which is a good thing, actually, because it does make it deflationary. And that could help pump the price. So I'm all for this aspect of it. I am not into the mining aspect because that pretty much locks up your capital. And I tell you guys, you don't want to invest in any DeFi projects that are going to lock up your capital for a long period of time. And I can't agree that this is a huge Ponzi as of yet. Now, of course, every system that you're going to get into is going to require capital up front, right? And it's my understanding that these guys have not gone out to get any capital from venture capitalists. They put in the work to create a platform, put it out there, and started generating capital from their efforts. So I'm saying it's not a Ponzi because I would classify, based on what I've seen thus far, I would classify TITANX something similar to Ethereum, right? You can put money in Ethereum, and Ethereum presents a use case for people to come in, build on the platform, use their token, and be able to transact through the fees through that token in order to produce income. Well, TITANX is doing a similar thing, but instead of producing that income, is buying back the tokens and burning it, which actually, again, makes it deflationary. So those people that actually invest can look forward to a potentially higher price in the future. And it's also my understanding that sometime this month, the minting of the TITANX token will cease and it will be completely deflationary at that point. Now, so those are my arguments as to why I find interest in this protocol. And we're going to get into some other details on which aspects of it I am going to delve into. Now, to your final point, shockingly, Ray is putting out videos on it. Wonder why. Hey, you know, I even made the statement. If you see Ray Stunner and all them other jokers promoting it, stay away. And I think Philip picked up on that too, right? Oh shoot, anything Ray and Stunner Breezy inside is a no-no. And I would typically agree with this as well, but I have not seen any referral programs. They might have it, but I haven't seen any referral links and stuff associated with the TITANX protocol. And this ecosystem is vastly larger than the Ray and Stunner Breezes, right? Because these guys are even small fish in this pond. So I'm gonna dismiss this aspect, and I'm also going to dismiss this aspect as well of TITANX being a Ponzi. And what I'm going to do is just test it out. I'm not going to do like I did in Elephant Money, because a lot of guys warned me before testing out Elephant Money that bank teller himself was a scammer. But I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and I had to prove it myself. But I was able to prove it myself. But I'm not going to put thousands of dollars into TITANX. I'm going to start and do it from the perspective of us small investors. Okay, so we put in a little bit, and we're going to see how that grows. So I'm talking about a couple $100 or something like that, and post information out here for you guys to see so you can track the performance of it yourself. Like I say, in my perspective, I think it has some good potential. And if it proves to have good potential, like I say, I will definitely be reaching out to um, Jake to see if he wants to collab and connect this platform with Bitcoin. And if not, if I find it to be scammy, you guys know what I'm gonna do to it in that sense as well, and make sure it follows the name of the developers that are associated with it. Y'all know how I do it. Okay, so in this regard, let me also give a shout out now. We know that Ray is like, what do you call that stuff at the bottom of the trash can? Whatever it is, we know he's just not to be trusted, right? But on the flip side, I would like to share with you guys before I really get into things, another influencer that I had never heard of before, but I came across him, called Crypto Kindness. He actually did an interview with Jake, and I love the way he presented questions. He wasn't sucking up to them and trying to present something to sell to all his users and stuff like that so he can collect referral rewards. He actually presented intelligent questions, like he actually did his research and asked questions of the developer. And there was one particular question that he asked, and that was, being that the Titan X token would be deflationary, it might come to a point where all of the other tokens, when they want to cash out, what's going to happen when there's no more Titan X token? So I did take the initiative, guys, to kind of go out and see if I could sell these other tokens for Ethereum straight. And while you can't do that for tokens like this, like the Hydra token, you can do it for Dragon X. So that's something to consider as well. So I'm going to kind of leave that open, do some more research on it, and definitely refer back to this video, which I encourage all you guys that are in TITANX, whichever aspect of it you're doing, to jump in and check out phase 3 of TITANX. Will change everything. And that's the phase that they're in right now. All right, so with that said, let's do a quick review of their information. So what are these Titan farms? And this is all I'm interested in, guys, because at this point, like I say, I am not interested in putting in any money and having that money locked up for long periods of time. The Titan farms will allow you to purchase the tokens, put it in. It's like staking, but then once you want to come out, you can come out. Okay. So let's see what this is. When we put money into the Titan farms, Titan Farms allows users to provide full range liquidity to Uniswap V2 pools and earn rewards in the form of TINK. So this is their incentive token. All right. So we will, in essence, be earning this TINK. Now let's jump over here and look at the TINK token. We see that it had its run up, pull back, and it is currently decreasing. All right. This is to be expected, guys. And when it comes to the farms, one of the things that I will not invest in is the Titan LP, because I have learned never to invest your own money into a token that other people are getting for free. If you do that, you are setting yourself up for failure. Okay. Now, the good thing is if you buy this, put it in the farm, you can always sell it and not have to have it locked up, right? So that is a good aspect of it. But nevertheless, never know when someone holding Tink that has acquired a lot of it for free is going to dump it. And guess what? They're going to be dumping it based on the money that you have put in. So I would not recommend this protocol. I spoke in the video I dropped yesterday why I would not do the Hydra. And that's simply because this price continues to drop on a daily basis at a pace that is far beyond what I would receive in the APY. I have not looked into Volt, Hyper, ORX, Info, or any of these other tokens, and I really don't have time to do that. So the main thing I'm going to focus on is this one. Now, the APY might not be as great, but nevertheless, I'm doing this as a test to put it out there to see what type of yield it gets and to see if this is a scamming system or not, right? Also, we see that the price of Dragon X and the price of TITANX are on the decline. Keep in mind that this is even though that day 369 has passed, they've gotten millions of dollars from the ETH, and this price is still going down, but they're not injecting everything up front. Okay, so they still have some dry capital, quite a bit of dry capital that they're sitting on. Other developers have had this type of capital too, and they ran off with it. Well, we don't know what he's going to do, but like I say, based on some of the AMAs and reviews I've seen with Jake, he's not the type to scam people, even though he might be. I don't know, but we're going to tell. All right, so I am willing to invest a little bit in this platform to see if it's really legit. All right, so when we put our capital in these farms, it distributes Tink tokens to us. Okay, these Tink, how it works, let me jump down here. Users can deposit into the ecosystem tokens into the Titan Farm LP management contracts based on enabled LP pools. Titan Farms utilizes a single LP position for gas efficiency. Users submit their tokens to this single LP position, and the contract manages that position. Now, this is interesting because typically when you're dealing with LPs, you may suffer impermanent loss from it. Well, since we are entering these farms and putting in two different assets, tokens, it is my understanding at this point that because we are doing that, this contract will manage it so we ourselves will not be impacted. We are not really joining these two pairs together to suffer that impermanent loss, but the contract itself would do that. I don't know if that's the case 100%, but I would assume at this point that it is, because if the contract manages it, it should be able to negotiate any impermanent loss with the profits that it's receiving and still be able to pay out those profits to us. Okay, so that's my thought and concept on that. I can't say that that is the case just by reading this. It's not 100% clear. Nevertheless, I assume that that is at this point until I see otherwise. All right, the TIT tokens are minted and distributed as rewards based on users' liquidity, share, and time. So it's good to have a liquidity share in there for a longer period of time. But still, you can withdraw your liquidity and claim at any time, which is a good thing. All right, I'm not really going to go over everything else because it's pretty self-explanatory. You know what the input tokens are. So the input tokens are used pretty much to for the buy and burn of Tink, which should help increase the price of Tink. So as I'm in this farm right here and it's generating, let's see if I click on add here. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Let me look at this. I'll be getting if I put in $100 and I want to leave it in there for 30 days, and I say I'll compound every day or whatever the case is, by the end of the month, 300 days, 30 days, I would have made $7 off of that $100 investment. And I'm going to clip this here just to see if that's the performance I'll be getting. If I do it over a year, I would have made $137. Now, this is nothing to write home about. You're not going to get rich off of this. Nevertheless, it is money that you can put in, test out, and see how the system performs. And you can always continue to compound. Now, I doubt if I'm able to compound daily. I really don't like dApps that require you to do that and don't do it for you. But hey, that's neither here nor there. But back to this, I'll let you guys kind of continue to read through everything else, but this system is all about burning tokens so that the value of those tokens that you are buying can appreciate in value. All right, guys, in the next video, I will actually start purchasing the tokens. And what I'm going to do is test out different dexes that you can use to see which dexes will give you the greatest amount of Titan tokens that you buy into, and then actually delve in and start buying some or putting some positions in the DragonX TITANX farm. I think in this wallet here, I only have like $5 or something like that, $20. So I'll use that amount and just throw it into the DragonX just because the DragonX has a high APY, but I'm not really expecting anything from this based on the downward motion of this token. All right, guys, check out my next video to see the process that I go through in getting these tokens and putting them in the farm. All right, we'll holla on the next one. Peace out.